The man who took this video was driving from Leavenworth to the Tri-Cities. KVU's Jameson Kiefover spoke to him today about his experience. Thankfully, he made it through, but others didn't. Right now, we go live with her where several drivers got stopped. Jameson.
Thanks, Jason. Yes, I am here on State Route 240 just outside of West Richland, and it was very interesting for drivers last night as they were trying to enjoy their New Year's Eve. Let's go ahead and take a look. This is just one pile along this stretch of roadways for miles. Now, last night, drivers, they were seeing mounds about 15 feet tall, having to get drug out of that this morning by washout workers and by state troopers, and so we got to hear about that. And these behind me are about 3 feet tall, nothing like they saw this morning. So many drivers were able to get home through the storm of the weeds, but others weren't as lucky. Crews were having to help drivers after they got stuck in the tumbleweeds as they piled up on their cars. This morning, washout crews were digging through tumbleweeds that were about 10 feet tall, and on State Route 240 was even shut down last night for those holiday travelers. I spoke to a man that made it through the storm with his son just before the road closed.
I've seen this scenario probably more times than I can count, but never as extreme as it was last night. There was a couple parts where it got worse. They were piled up in doubles going over the road, and it was kind of like windshield high. And it was a little nerve-wracking. And then we just seemed to come through it, and all of a sudden they were gone.
Patrick told me that his truck wasn't damaged at all, thankfully, but he did have a little tumbleweed sticking around with him today as he was driving along. So back out here live, there are just massive piles along this stretch of roadway. You can expect it from milepost 10 all the way through milepost 26, gathering along the roadways. So if you are driving this, the winds are better now. It's not as windy, but you can expect to maybe see one falling across the roadway if you're driving out this way. But this is Jameson Kiefover live for KVU Local News.